Huber's Cards and More, first in the chat. You're gonna be holding the record soon for first in the chat. But I will get your Chuck Dupree is in the house. Also, the first timestamp 1016 is the timestamp we're looking for. Yeah, make an adjustment quick, real. All right. So let me get Huber's entry into the August giveaway. Probably not really. I don't have a chance to really get out to a local card shop, try and get some National Baseball Day cards, but I will be finding some most likely online and try and get a set of the National Baseball Day cards, which is possible to do. You just have to search things out, and you can find places where you can get them online too if you can't get out to a local card shop. But thanks for asking there. I'm opening a hobby box live on the channel. A hobby box of what? There, Huber. Just kind of curious. Let me get you into my wheel of names there, Huber, along with Chuck Dupree. All right, I've got Huber in there. Let me get, that's right. Thummies up for Donald. Thanks, Huber. All right, got a couple of thumbs up so far. Looks like we're up to 5. Let me get Chuck into the August giveaway also. And then we'll be getting into, I'll go over what we're going to be doing today in the live stream. Boom, there I got Huber's Cards and More and Chuck Dupree. Oh, I know what I'll do, but while we're waiting and stuff, I will show you the 8 baseball cards that are up for grabs for the August giveaway. Cards in my car with our Posadas here. Boy, we're having people showing up left and right compared to early on in the week. Of course, it's Friday. TGIF, right? Friday. Cubs game postponed due to COVID-19. The Cubs and Cardinals game got canceled because of COVID-19. Guess some of the players must have showed up positive for COVID. Okay, so I don't know. This is starting to get showing up in Major League Baseball. Hopefully we can continue with the season. That would be nice. Hey Hubert, hey our Posada. I will be back soon. Good to go. Oh, got to go. GTG, got to go. Huber's always make sure he hangs out in his room until I hit that live button so he can keep getting his free entries into the August giveaway. That is so neat. So just to give you an update, yesterday all my stuff got mailed out. All my Patreons were taken care of, and I'm all caught up. Cards in my car with our Posada. I included in with your Patreon package, your mystery bag that you bought last Saturday. So that is good to go. And for those that hadn't been in here, yeah, smart Hubers. He hangs out, probably sitting in front of his computer till it goes live, and then he jumps in and gets his. But you know what? Other people can do that too, as long as you make it the same timestamp. So the timestamp for this morning's live entry was 10:16. All right, so that gave us Chuck Dupree and Huber's card collecting. Both made it into the August drawing for today. So our list is slowly growing of entrants. Usually by the end of the month, I get pretty close to about 60 or 70 entries into the giveaway. So it does make it nice and interesting. So real quick, while we're waiting, let me go over the cards that you can get in our giveaway for For the month of August. So I'll go ahead and go through them real quick and put them up in the front here. How are your Mariners doing so far? Not too great. I think we're... Let's see. I think we're... I want to say 5-8. I'm trying to remember exactly how many games we've got going on into the season. I can't pull it up on my phone right now where I have my handy dandy little app. But not too good. I mean, the only thing is Kyle Lewis is doing awesome. A couple of our pitchers are doing pretty good. We did have a winning homestand. That was a good plus. But I think we're either 5 or 6 and 8, I believe. So we're just under 500. So not too super bad, not too super good. But let's go ahead and I'm going to highlight these, the rookie cards that I'll be giving away for the month of August. You've got, they're all going to be Bowman products. I got the Bowman Yordan Alvarez, the Bowman Dustin May rookie card, the Bo Bichette rookie card, the Jesus Luzardo rookie card, the AJ Puck rookie card, the Gavin Lux rookie card, the Nico Horner rookie card, and the Aristides Aquino rookie card. Okay, so that will be my 8 cards that will be included in the August giveaway. Each month we go up, so September will have 9, October will have 10, November will have 11, and December will have 12, plus probably some, every once in a while I do throw in bonuses in. I kind of mix that up as we move along and stuff, but that is the August giveaways. I'm gonna have some neat different things going on next week for my early week streams, so be sure that you tune in for that. I'll leave it as far as everything else on the QT there. We've got about 6 minutes here before we get into our content at hand for today. And as usual, just so you do know, we're going to be doing the 1953 Hall of Fame inductees for our Hall of Fame Friday. All right. I believe it's one, I think only one of the players, and you'll see why I did it. I've got two baseball cards in there. Just wanted to kind of share 2, showing you the base card and a parallel short print card of the same Hall of Famer. So that is some of what we've got going on. And then, of course, at the end, we will open up a product. It just depends on how many people we do have in the stream as far as what we will have going on. So I'm going to do a refresh on my computer. My PC is acting up with me, but other than that, everything is doing good. A lot of great rookies. Yeah. Figured that might be a nice little avenue to see how many entries I can get in for the month of August as we grow each month. My giveaway will grow. The giveaway I'm doing for this year, in case you haven't checked out my About Me tab recently, this is in celebration of me getting monetized back in January. So as the channel slowly grows, that's why I'm doing that, just to give back to the community and have a little fun. So other than that, we've got about 4 more minutes to go. Give you a little preview real quick and a highlight of the Hall of Famers we will be talking about in today's stream. Of course, you could see the first ones right up the bat there. I had too many to kind of lay them all out here. When I have 3 or 4, I don't mind stretching them across. But we do have 8 Hall of Famers to go over. So I'll move them in the spotlight here. I'm going to move this up here, actually. Now that we're getting ready to start, or when we get ready to start, I'll just shift that up. So I'll put them, the one we're doing, front and center, and then when he's done, I'll move them back there, move the next one up, move them over, just so you know how I'm going to run things. But I'll go through the names real quick and run through who we're going to talk about today for the 1953 inductees into the Hall of Fame. The first one up to bat, of course, will be Ed Barrow. He's a New York Yankees executive. And then next after him will be Chief Bender. His primary team is the Philadelphia Athletics, and he was a pitcher. And then next we'll have Tom Connolly, who was inducted the same year, but he was an umpire in baseball. There are a few umpires in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And then, of course, the fourth person today will be Dizzy Dean with the St. Louis Cardinals. He was a pitcher. And then Bill Klem, who was also another umpire, but I believe I got a baseball card for him. Don't quote me, but I think I might. I know there's a few oddball ones that I was surprised. I was like, oh, I got a baseball card for them. But then Al Simmons with the Philadelphia Athletics, left fielder. And then Bobby Wallace, St. Louis Browns shortstop. And then also Harry Wright, which was a Philadelphia Phillies executive that got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we do have 8 Hall of Famers that we will be going over their Hall of Fame induction biography for my Hall of Fame Fridays. So hopefully you guys and gals, or whoever might be in here, is looking forward to our 1953 inductees. So again, just in case you're following this series, we'll be finishing up the Hall of Fame inductee series. Will be the first Friday in November is when we'll be finishing with 1936, which was the first year that baseball players were inducted, and that's when the Hall of Fame was basically created. So that's what we got going on. We got about a minute or less to go, and then we will get into our Hall of Famers and get into our content for today. So again, on the 2020 Top Series 2 Hanger Box, Blaster Box, Hobby Box, depending on which one we open up, that'll depend on how many people when I get to that point. I'm here. I like that there. Cards in my car with Odd R. Posada. He is basically raising his hand saying, I'm present. He's checking in for his history lesson. All right. So we will get into this here shortly. And it is now 10:30. So without further ado, I am going to get into our history lesson. And we are going to move this up to the prominent position here. And we are going to put up our first Hall of Famer here for 1953. Ed Barrow, Edward Grant Barrow, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953. His primary team was the New York Yankees, and his primary position, he was an executive. So Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, Tony Lazzara and DiMaggio, Red Duffing and Lefty Gomez. From the 1920s through the 1940s, these Hall of Famers became synonymous with dominant dynasties for the New York Yankees. But there was another common link between these players, the man who put all the pieces together, Ed Barrow. An ambitious executive, an excellent judge of talent, Barrow used wise trades, bold player purchases, and a budding farm system to create baseball's greatest dynasty in the Bronx. During his quarter century in the Yankees front office, Barrow's clubs captured 14 pennants and 10 World Series championships, including 5 series sweeps. I say there has never been a smarter baseball man than Barrow, Hall of Fame executive Branch Rickey once said. He knows what a club needs to achieve balance, what a club needs to become a pennant winner, and I perhaps can judge the part, but Mr. Barrow can judge the whole. Barrow was born in a covered wagon while his family sought pioneer settlements in the Western Territories. He began as a mail clerk for the Des Moines, Iowa newspaper at age 16 and soon rose up the ranks to become head of circulation. His acumen for spotting baseball talent was already apparent when he discovered future Hall of Famer outfielder Fred Clark among his newsboy staff. Barrow began acquiring small baseball teams during the 1890s and honed his craft as a field manager outside the office. In a brief stint as team owner in Paterson, New Jersey, Barrow offered Honus Wagner his first professional baseball contract in 1896. I'm back. I will be lurking in the background. Thanks, Sir Huber. Appreciate that. Thanks for popping back in the stream and watching in the background. I do it sometimes while I'm doing things in my room and getting ready, sorting baseball cards and things of that nature. I'll have somebody playing in the background just so it's not as quiet in my room, and just working on sorting baseball cards or organizing things. It's a never-ending process. The following year, Barrow was appointed president of the upstart Atlantic League. He later purchased an Eastern League team in Toronto before being named manager of the American League's Detroit Tigers in 1903. Barrow resigned after just a season and a half in Detroit due to disagreements with management, and he continued to purchase various minor league clubs before becoming president of the International League in 1911. After guiding the league after the United States entered World War I, Barrow accepted owner Harry Frazie's offer to manage the Boston Red Sox in 1918. Inheriting a talented roster, Barrow captured a World Series championship with the Red Sox in his debut season. Though he managed for only 3 seasons in Boston, Barrow made a decision that would forever change the complexion of professional baseball. At the suggestion of future Hall of Famer Harry Hooper, Barrow converted a star pitcher George Herman Ruth into a full-time outfielder to take full advantage of Ruth's hitting ability. It was a decision that would enable the Babe to become the most famous slugger in baseball history. At an exhibition game against the Giants at Tampa, Babe caught hold of a pitch and nudged it the longest drive I have ever seen, Barrow told the Saturday Evening Post. That strengthened my belief that my mountsman could do my Red Sox more good than taking his cut at the plate daily. Financial troubles forced the Red Sox owner Frazee to sell off major pieces of his 1918 championship team, much to the chagrin of Barrow. When Ruth was sold to the Yankees in 1920, Barrow soon followed his slugger to New York and became owner Jacob Rupert's chief executive. Over the next 2.5 decades, the combination of Rupert and Barrow created some of the most talented rosters the game had ever seen. Barrow desired to acquire the best possible players and was complemented perfectly by Rupert's willingness to spend. The executive delivered on his promise, and the Yankees immediately delivered 3 American League pennants from 1921 to 1923. Barrow began assembling the roster by trading and purchasing similar players from the cash-strapped Red Sox. Later, he turned his attention toward developing a robust farm system. Barrow was the man who offered a $25,000 contract to Joe DiMaggio, a talented young outfielder with a history of knee injuries, to lure DiMaggio away from the Pacific Coast League in 1936. DiMaggio's arrival ensured another era of success after the departures of Ruth and Van Gehrig in the late 1930s. In addition to his talent in building rosters, Barrow implemented a number of innovations that are a fundamental part of today's game. He was the first executive to add uniform numbers on a regular basis in 1929, and he made Lou Gehrig's number 4 the first retired uniform number in baseball in 1939. Barrow was also among the first executives who allowed fans to keep foul balls. Barrow was also the driving force behind the completion of the original Yankee Stadium in 1923, and later boosted the team's revenue by scheduling high-profile boxing matches and football games there. Barrow retired as a team president of the Yankees in 1946, and he passed on December 15th, 1953, after being elected to the Hall of Fame earlier that same year. Cousin Ed was a baseball man, but there was very few men in the game who could match him in business acumen. He knew where to look for leaks in the cash box, could estimate the costs within a few dollars, and was a sharp trader, said Wade Hoyt. All right, so as far as career stats, not much, considering he was pretty much an executive in baseball, but he was inducted in 1953. His primary team during his career was the New York Yankees. Again, he was an executive. He was born in Springfield, Illinois in 1868 and died in 1953 in Port Chester, New York. And he managed the Detroit Tigers in 1903 and 04, and the Boston Red Sox in 1918 to 1920 before becoming the New York Yankees executive. Okay, so that takes care of Edward Grant Barrow when he was elected into the Hall of Fame. All right, next up to bat, we got Chief Bender. Chief Bender, front and center, please. All right, Chief Bender. Charles Albert Bender, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953. His primary team was the Philadelphia Athletics, and his primary pitcher position was a pitcher for the Philadelphia Athletics. The winningest manager in baseball history saw his share of outstanding big game pitchers, but when Connie Mack had everything on the line, Chief Bender was his guy. If everything depended on one game, I just used Albert, the greatest money pitcher of all time, said Mack of Charles Albert Bender, a full-blooded Ojibwa Indian who pitched for Mack for the Philadelphia Athletics from 1903 to 1914. I'd tell Albert when I planned to use him in a crucial series, then I relaxed, and he never let me down. Born Charles Albert Bender on May 5, 1884, in Crow Wing County, Minnesota, Bender prepped the Carlisle Indian School in Pennsylvania. While pitching indoor batting practice at the age of 16, he caught the eye of Glenn Pop Warner, an innovative coach in the young sport of football. Warner was also Carlisle's baseball coach, and upon witnessing Bender's talent, immediately assigned the lanky right-hander to the varsity squad. In 1902, while playing for a semi-pro team down the road from Carlisle in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Bender caught Mack's eye after beating the Chicago Cubs in an exhibition game. By 1903, Bender was in the major leagues. As a 19-year-old rookie, Bender went 17-14 with 29 complete games. Oh, excuse me. And a 3.07 earned run average. 2 years later, Bender was 18-11 with the pennant-winning A's, capturing Philadelphia's only victory in that year's World Series, while losing his other start in the Fall Classic to Christy Mathewson. Bender continued to improve over the next few years, peaking in 1910 with a 23-5 record and a 1.58 ERA, the 8th season in a row where he lowered his ERA from the previous campaign. The A's won the World Series in 1910, 11, and 13, with Bender winning 5 of his 7 Fall Classic starts in that stretch of games and years. In 1914, Bender went 17-3, leading the American League in winning percentage for the 3rd time in 5 seasons, but the A's lost to the Boston Braves in that World Series, and soon after, Mac dismantled his dynasty in the face of surging salaries brought on by completion with the new Federal League. Bender jumped to the Baltimore Terrapins of the Florida League in 1915, but went 4-16 with a 3.99 ERA. He returned to Philadelphia to pitch for the Phillies in 1916 and 17. Then made his last big league appearance in 1925 with the White Sox. Bender retired with a career of 212 wins and 127 losses, good for a .625 winning percentage. And Bender was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1953, and he passed away on May 22nd, 1954. If I had all the men I've ever handled and they were in their prime and there was only one game I wanted to win above all others, Albert would be my man, said Connie Mack. So as far as his career stats and career at a glance, he played in 459 games, had 2,645 hits, 1,108 runs given up, pitched in 3,017 innings, 212 wins, 127 losses, giving him a .625 lifetime winning percentage. Game started 334, an ERA of 2.46, complete games 255, 40 shutouts, a whip of 1.113, 34 saves, 823 earned runs, 712 walks, and 1,711 strikeouts. As far as his playing career, he played for the Philadelphia Athletics from 1903 to 1914, the Baltimore Terrapins in 1915, then in 1916 he went to the Phillies and played there for 2 years, 16 and 17, and his final team he played with was the Chicago White Sox in 1925. So there we have it, our second Hall of Famer, Chief Bender. Right, next up to bat, we've got Thomas Connolly, inducted in 1953, and he was an umpire. One of the few umpires that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thomas Henry Connolly Sr., inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953 as an umpire. Tom Connolly officiated the first American League game in 1901 and saw the league's evolution from upstart to respect, equal of the National League, during the next 3 decades. Known for his calm and dignified demeanor, Connolly possessed a remarkable ability to control the game, so much so that he once went 10 consecutive seasons without ejecting a player during one of the toughest eras in baseball. A well-groomed, alert umpire adds dignity to the ballgame, Connolly once explained, and a good official is one who never attracts attention. An Irishman who played cricket as a boy, Connolly was fascinated by the new American game when his family emigrated to Natick, Massachusetts. He immersed himself in the rules of baseball and worked as an umpire for the YMCA games when he was discovered by Major League umpire Tim Hurst in 1894. Hurst and Connolly set Connolly up with an umpiring job in the New England League, where Connolly worked for 3 seasons until he was promoted to the National League in 1898. In 1900, Connolly resigned mid-season when the National League president, Nicholas Young, failed to stand by his calls. The following spring, Connolly signed with the new American League and was the sole arbitrator for the league's first official contest on April 24, 1901. Connolly was an authority figure during an era that featured rough and tumble play. Though he was normally even-tempered, Connolly showed he could stand up to the game's toughest players, including when he called Ty Cobb out by stepping across home plate during a swing. I forgot to pop in the stream to check the chat, and I see I've missed some. Sam Sport Chops in the house. Ethan's Elvis Covers and More is in the house. What's up there, Ethan? All right. All right. Lefty Luke's in the channel. How you doing there, Lefty Luke? Well, I got 10 people in the live. Or 3 people, not 10. I wish I had 10. Unless I'm off. I don't know. My computer has been doing strange stuff lately. Let me do a refresh on that real quick, and then we'll get back into our history lesson. Yeah, okay. We got 7 thumbs up, thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. Getting pretty close to 10 thumbs up. That will start slowly sending people to my channel as I get. Now I got 8. That's good, but 3 watching. That's okay. We'll see how many are watching by the time we get through with our content here, as far as what we'll do next for the stream for today. So Connolly was an authority figure during that era, featured rough and ready tumble play. Tough was normally even-tempered. Connolly showed he could stand up to the game's toughest players, including when he called Ty Cobb out for stepping across home plate during a swing. "You can go just so far with Tommy," Cobb once said of Connolly. "Once you see his neck get red, it's time to lay off." Standing 5'7" tall and weighing 140 pounds, Connolly famously stood in front of Babe Ruth when the Bambino began to charge a heckler in the stands. "You should be ashamed of yourself," Connolly told Ruth, then promptly ejected him. It was the last time Ruth would be thrown out of a major league game. Connolly's reputation was rewarded with many high-profile assignments. He was the lone American League umpire chosen to work the first modern-day World Series in 1903, the first of 8 fall classics that he would eventually officiate. Connolly went on to work in the opening games at Comiskey Park, Shibe Park, Fenway Park, and Yankee Stadium. He called balls and strikes for 4 no-hitters, including Addie Joss's perfect game in 1908. In 1931, American League President Will Harridge responded to complaints about the quality of officiating by appointing Connolly as the league's first supervisor of umpires. For the next 23 years, Connolly scouted and trained new umpires and became known as the greatest authority on the rules of baseball. When asked how he trained umpires, Connolly explained, "If they're otherwise all right, what you have to teach them is poise. And another thing I tell them is not to have rabbit ears. Never mind the wrecking crew in the dugout. Just go about your job of calling calling them on the field. In 1953, Connolly joined the National League's Bill Klem as the first two umpires to be elected into the Hall of Fame. It was a remarkable accomplishment for a man who had never seen a baseball game until he arrived in America at the age of 13. Although he may have lacked the color of Bill Klem, wrote the New York Times, Mr. Connolly was perhaps the perfect umpire. Connolly passed away on April 28, 1961. Self-spoken master of rules, he was a firm disciplinarian who managed, nevertheless, to go 10 consecutive years of rambunctious games and arguments without ejecting a single player. J. Astor Hall of Fame's 50th anniversary book. That's where that quote was taken from. So as far as his career stats, of course, he was inducted in 1953. He was an umpire. He was born in Manchester, England in 1870 and died in 1961 in Natick, Massachusetts. So there we have our third Hall of Fame inductee for 1953. Next up to bat is Dizzy Dean. All right, let me refresh the chat here after I check in. Hey, Donald, I'm good. How about you? Nice, 10 likes. There we go. We got 10 likes rolling up. Let's see if maybe when we get done the second half of the Hall of Famers here, we can get it up to 20 likes. All right, that would be even more awesome. But that's okay. If we don't, we don't. But let me go ahead and share these next two cards here. They are identical cards, as you can see. But I just thought, hey, this would be neat to show both of these off. This is my Cooperstown. Which one's this off of? The Cooperstown product here. It is 2013 Panini. So this is 2013 Panini cards from Dizzy Dean when he got inducted in 1953. But it's a 2013 Panini product when they did for Cooperstown. And then there is the parallel card, a nice shiny card for 2013, back in the day. And it is also a short print, number 169 out of 399 for Dizzy Dean. So we're going to do Dizzy Dean next as our fourth inductee for today. Sam Sport Chop, he's back. Thanks for popping back in the stream there, Sam. So Dizzy Dean, J. Hanna Dean, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953. He was with the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was a pitcher. So every ball player can remember the passion they had for the game as a kid. Dizzy Dean kept that passion and excitement all the way through his major league career. When old Diz was out there pitching, it was more than just another ball game, said teammate Pepper Martin. It was a regular three-ring circus, and everybody was wide awake and enjoying being alive. Take a sip of water here real quick. Yeah, Dearman's can be a little bit on the silly side sometimes. I know he does a lot of gaming, but he does show up in our streams. He used to be a faithful subscriber in my channel, but then stopped. So, yeah, I know. Just to let you know, there's an account called Dearman2019 who has been known to do multiple things in the hobby that causes people to ban him, so steer clear. Yeah, well, you got to know a little bit of his history. I've never banned him in my channel there, Jake M. But yeah, I know he does annoy in a nice way. He can be annoying sometimes, but you got to know he's a young teenager. with just different things going on in his life. So just I keep him in my prayers, and I'm always thinking about him. But yeah, I know what you're talking about sometimes. I see him sometimes on Ethan's stream. Sometimes he's always asking if he can be a moderator and acts like he's a moderator in the channel because he does like going to Ethan's streams. And yeah, different things like that. But for the most part, he's a young man that will continue to grow. Okay, good to know. Yeah. So yeah, I am very aware. When he's in my stream, sometimes he'll call me Uncle Donald. I'm not really his uncle, but I've kind of taken him on as a little nephew, and helping to kind of mentor him a little bit to try and see if I can move him into more of a nicer realm. Let's say it that way. So born J. Hanna Dean on January 16, 1910 in Lucas, Arkansas, Dean attended public school only through second grade. His colorful personality and eccentric behavior earned him the nickname Dizzy. Nobody ever taught him baseball, and he never had to learn, said sports writer Red Smith. He was just doing what came naturally when a scout named Don Curtis discovered him on a Texas sandlot and gave him his first contract. Dean made his professional debut in 1930 and worked his way up to the major leagues the same year, throwing a complete game three-hitter for a win with the Cardinals on the final day of the regular season. Dean became a regular starter for the St. Louis team in 1932 and leading the league in shutouts and innings pitched. It was also the first of 4 straight seasons he led the league in strikeouts. Okay, in 1934, Dean went 30-7, leading the league to wins with a 2.66. Junk Wax Life Hacks is in the house. Good morning, Donald and everyone. Thanks for popping into the stream there, Junk Wax Life Hacks. Appreciate you being here. All right. Along with his older brother Paul, also a pitcher on the team and often referred to in the media as Daffy, the Cardinals became hard-working, gritty players during the Great Depression. The team captured the National League pennant and beat the Tigers in the World Series. Dean won 28 and 24 games in 1935 and 1936, respectively. Finishing second in MVP voting in both seasons. In 1937, Dean suffered an injury after being hit in the toe by a line drive during the All-Star game. Trying to return from the injury too quickly, Dean hurt his arm and largely lost his effectiveness. Traded to the Cubs in 1938, Dean spent 4 seasons in Chicago, including appearing in the 1938 World Series, which the Cubs lost to the Yankees. He appeared again for the St. Louis Browns in 1947 as a promotional stunt, pitching 4 innings before retiring. The 4-time All-Star won 150 games in 12 seasons with 1,163 strikeouts and a 3.02 career ERA. Known for his practical jokes, colorful baseball predictions, and confident attitude, Dean became a radio and television announcer after his playing career was over. He was popular with audiences despite often his mispronouncing players' names and using his own version of grammar. He was the voice of the St. Louis Cardinals, New York Yankees, and the CBS and NBC Game of the Week from 1940s through 1965. Dizzy Dean, it's impossible to say without a smile, but then who wants to try? Wrote Jim Murray in the Los Angeles Times. Dean was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1953, and he passed away on July 17, 1974. If you can do it, it ain't bragging, said Dizzy Dean. All right, his career stats and career at a glance: he played in 317 games, had 1,919 games, 774 runs, 1,967 1/3 innings pitched. He had 150 wins, 83 losses, giving him a 6 .44 winning percentage. Started in 230 games, had a 3.02 ERA, 154 complete games, 26 shutouts, a whip of 1.206, 31 saves, 601 earned runs given up, 453 walks, and 1,163 strikeouts. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals in 1930, St. Louis Cardinals again in 32 to 37, the Chicago Cubs from 1938 to 1941, and the St. Louis Browns in 1947. There you have it. Our fourth inductee into the Hall of Fame, Dizzy Dean, with his 2013 Cooperstown baseball cards. Next up to bat is our fifth Hall of Famer, another umpire, Bill Klem. Bill Klem, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953 as an umpire. Your job is to umpire for the ball and not the player, said Bill Klein. While the mark of a good umpire is often go unnoticed throughout the course of the game, National League umpire Bill Klem was a colorful exception. Known affectionately as the Old Arbiter, Klem was a pioneer for the umpires across Major League during his 37 years on the diamond. He was the first umpire to wear a chest protector and also one of the first to use visible arm signals to coincide with his calls. That guy in 25-cent bleacher seat is as much entitled to know a call as the guy in the boxes, Klem explained. He can see my arm signal even if he can't hear my voice. Klem began his life in baseball as a catcher in the Canadian League until arm injuries cut his playing career short in 1901. Klem followed the footsteps of hometown friend and National League umpire Frank Silk O'Laughlin by calling his first game between the New York Cuban Giants and a semi-pro team from Berwick, Maine. In 4 years, Klem worked his way up from umpiring Class D baseball games for $5 to calling balls and strikes in the National League. From 1905 to 1941, Klem built a reputation as one of the most respected game callers in the senior circuit. He spent his first 16 years of his career behind the plate because of his superior ability to call balls and strikes. Always seeing the best view of the action, Klem taught his fellow umpires how to slightly to the side and work the slot between the catcher and the batter. Fix your eye on the ball from the moment the pitcher holds it in his glove, Klem said. Follow it as he throws to the plate and stays with it until the play is completed. Action takes place only where the ball goes. Perhaps the best example of Klem's reputation in the game lies in his record 18 World Series assignments. He was also known as the man who wasn't afraid to throw anyone out of a game if they were out of line, including the normally chivalrous Christy Mathewson in 1904. In 1941, Klem was promoted to be chief of the National League umpires, a post he served until his retirement in 1951. 2 years later, Klem joined the American League umpire Tom Connolly as the first two umpires to be elected to the Hall of Fame. It was that ultimate recognition for Klem, a man who devoted himself to maintaining the integrity of the game. Baseball is more than a game to me, Klem said. It's a religion. Klem passed away on September 16, 1951. The foundation stone for our national pastime is its umpires, and the foundation stone on which that foundation stone rests is William J. Klem. He brought a dignity to the job that it never had before. All right, far as his career stats as an umpire, inducted in 1953. He was born in Rochester, New York in 1874 and died in 1951 in Miami, Florida. So there you have it. Our fifth Hall of Famer, Bill Klem. Moving on to Hall of Famer number 6 next is Al Simmons. Al Simmons, I got a Heritage 2019 Panini product. Al Simmons. A boom! Haley Deegan Fan 1990 with a $5 super chat. Boom! That's a 5 bell ringer there for Haley Deegan Fan 1990. I think I recognize that icon. I think Cardinals and Royals Fan 1990. Okay. Oh, you must have 2 channels there. That's pretty neat. Haley Deegan Fan 1990 and Cardinals and Royals Fan 1990. That is awesome. Okay, we got to take a timeout between Hall of Famers here before we get into that. So let me get over to my wheel of names here and take care of that super chat. We get that into the drawing here. Oh, okay. Haley Deegan Fan is someone else. That is pretty cool. Jake M. and Royals Fan is Cardinals Fan. Oh, wait, no. Cardinals and Royals Fan is Cardinals Fan 1990. Okay, changed the name. Got it. Okay. Haley Deegan Fan is someone else. Jake M. All right, thank you there, Jake M. But let me get Haley Deegan Fan 1990. 5 entries into my my August drawing. For every $1 in a super chat, you get that many entries in the August giveaway. So Haley Deegan Fan 1990, you just got 5 entries into my August drawing. Let me go ahead and save that real quick so I don't lose the entries. Anytime I add some names, I put them in the drawing for the month of August. Thank you for being in here there, Haley Deegan Fan, and thank you for that super chat. That was totally awesome. Okay, so next in our lineup is Al Simmons for our Hall of Fame Fridays here. We got 6 watching. We got 11 thumbs up. Thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. Come on, trying to get those thumbs up so people can send people my way. Oh, and you're also a NASCAR fan. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So let's continue on with our Hall of Fame Friday here. So Al Simmons is our 6th inductee for this Hall of Fame Friday here. Aloysius Harry Simmons, inducted in 1953 as a Philadelphia Athletic and a left fielder. I wish I had 9 players named Al Simmons, said Connie Mack. Let me do a refresh here so I know where I left off on the chat. All right. And for those that are moderators in there, make sure you remind people, give me my thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up for me. And if you're not subscribed, like, comment, and subscribe to one of my videos, and I will go to your channel and check you out and do the same. All right. Mine, like most channels, is not a sub for sub channel, but if you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I will see your comment and I will return the favor. Okay? That's kind of reminds me too that you came to visit when you like, comment, and to subscribe to one of my videos. Appreciate that. So, born Aloysius Simmons in 1902 to Polish immigrants living in Milwaukee, Al Simmons was a slugging left fielder for Connie Mack's fearsome Philadelphia athletic squads of the late 20s and early 30s. During his first 9 years, from 1924 to 1932, all with Philadelphia, Simmons led all Major League Baseball batters with 1,796 hits and 343 doubles, while ranking second with 1,157 RBIs and fourth behind Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and Hack Wilson with 208 home runs. In that time, Simmons batted .358 and slugged .590 across 5,019 at-bats, while finishing as high as second in MVP voting among the top 10 four other times. A favorite of Mack and a driving force behind the Athletics' three-time American League pennant winners from 1929 to 1931, Simmons won the American League batting titles in 1930 with .381 batting average and 1931 with a .390 batting average. He holds the single-season record for hits by a right-handed batter with 253 in 1925. During a 20-year career, Simmons compiled a .344 batting average, 2,927 hits, 1,828 RBIs, and 307 home runs, all with an unconventional batting stance that earned him the nickname Bucketfoot Al, because his stride took him toward third base. Mack sold Simmons to the Chicago White Sox following his 1932 season in a deal that also sent Jimmy Dykes and Mule Haas to Chicago in exchange for $100,000. Simmons hit .337 and made a pair of all-star teams during his first 2 years in Chicago. And on April 26, 1934, he collected career hit number 2,000 in his 1,393rd game, making him the fastest player to that point to reach that milestone. He turned 33 during the 1935 season, and from that point to the end of his career, Simmons played for 7 teams in 9 seasons, including 2 more stints with the A's, batting .287 with 67 home runs and 2,577 at-bats. Simmons was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1953, and he passed away on May 26, 1956. Big, long bat, long as the Lord allow. Could he ever hit that ball, said Lefty Grove. All right. So his career at a glance: he played in 2,215 games, 8,759 at-bats, 1,507 runs scored, 2,927 hits, 539 doubles, 149 triples, and 307 home runs with 1,828 RBIs, 88 stolen bases, 615 walks, a batting average of .434 and .915 OPS, a .380 on-base percentage, and a .535 slugging percentage. He did play for numerous teams through his career. He played for the Philadelphia Athletics in 1924 to 1932, Chicago White Sox from 1933 to 1935, the Detroit Tigers 1936, Washington Senators 1937-1938, the Boston Braves in 1939, along with the Cincinnati Reds in 1939, Philadelphia Athletics 1940 through 1941, the Boston Red Sox in 1943, and the Philadelphia Athletics in 1944. So there you have it. the Hall of Fame bio for Al Simmons, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953. Next up to bat is Hall of Famer number 7 for 1953. And that is Bobby Wallace. Bobby Wallace, our 7th inductee for that year. All right. So nothing new in the chat as of yet. Looks like we're looking at maybe getting a hanger box open unless we get over. If we get at least 6 or more viewers, we move up to a blaster box. So we'll see if we can get a few more people in here watching when I finish the history lesson here. So Bobby Wallace, our 7th inductee for 1953. Roderick John Wallace, inducted in 1953. His primary team is the St. Louis Browns, and his primary position was a shortstop. So Bobby Wallace made his Major League debut in 1894, taking the mound for the Cleveland Spiders. In a few short years, he evolved into one of the game's best shortstops. Wallace pitched for a starting rotation that included Cy Young, and in his first full season in 1895, he won 12 of his 26 decisions. Though his pitching wasn't overwhelmingly impressive to the team's management, the level of athleticism he displayed was enough for them to give him a chance at other positions. Wallace played the outfield as much as he took the mound by his 3rd year in Cleveland, and he eventually turned into a regular infielder. The versatile player's best season came in 1897 when he batted .335 with 173 hits in 130 games while playing third base full-time. He drove in team-leading 112 runs and scored 99 runs and hit 21 triples. He was moved from the hot corner of the middle infield, first spending time at second base before getting a chance at shortstop, where he made it a lasting impression with his teammates. Bobby Wallace was one of the greatest infielding shortstops who ever lived. Fellow St. Louis Browns player Jimmy Austin said, "It was a delight to play third base next to that fellow." In 1901, with the St. Louis Cardinals, Wallace led the National League shortstops in chances per game, assists and double plays, and was still a threat at the plate, batting .324 with 91 RBIs. He jumped to the American League's St. Louis Browns in 1902, holding down the starting shortstop job for 11 seasons. He also served as the team's manager during the 1911-1912 seasons. The Scot was not the most robust hitter that ever lived, but he was no pigeon at the plate, sports writer Bill Corum said. Save for that, Bobby had one weakness as a shortstop, that he played in the same era as Honus Wagner. Wallace led his league in assists 4 times and his career fielding percentage twice. He also finished in his league's top 10 in RBI 8 times in his career. Because of his smart style of play and his remarkable defensive skill, Wallace remained in the big leagues until he was 44 years old. Wallace was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1953, and he passed away on November 6, 1960. The best player in the American League, the only man I would get if I could, plays on a tail end team, and a few people pay attention to him. I mean Bobby Wallace of St. Louis. There was a boy who can play any position and hit. I wish I had him," said Barney Dreyfuss. His career at a glance: he played in 2,383 games, 8,618 at-bats, 1,057 runs, 2,309 hits, 391 doubles, 143 triples, 34 home runs, 1,121 RBIs, 201 stolen bases, 774 walks. He had a batting average career of .268 OPS of 690, an on-base percentage of 332, and a slugging percentage of 858. As far as his teams that he played for the Cleveland Spiders in 1894 to 1898, the St. Louis Cardinals in 1899 through 1901, and then again in 1917, 1918, and then he played for the St. Louis Browns in 1902 to 1916. And then he managed for the St. Louis Browns in 1911 and 1912, and the Cincinnati Reds in 1937. So there you have it, our 7th Hall of Famer inducted in 1953. Now, our last one, Harry Wright, inducted in 1953 with the Philadelphia Phillies, and he was an executive. And I happen to have a 2013 Panini product, with it being a look-alike from the Hall of Fame placards that they have in Cooperstown, and it is a short print, 71 out of 599 inserts they had in there. So here we go at our final Hall of Famer for 1953, Harry Wright. So William Henry Wright, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1953. He was a Philadelphia Philly, and he was an executive. So Hall of Famer Henry Chadwick once wrote, "There is no doubt that Harry Wright is the father of professional baseball player." Wright, who was born in England and raised as a cricket player, warrants credit for founding the first all-professional baseball team and serving as a major pioneer for the exponential growth of baseball during the 19th century. Born January 10th, 1835 in Sheffield, England, Wright and his family emigrated to New York City when he was still an infant. His father, Samuel, became a top cricket professional for the St. George Dragon Slayers Club in Harlem and taught him the rules of the sport. By age 14, Harry dropped out of school and joined his father on the Dragon Slayers. In 1857, St. George moved across the Hudson River to the Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey, for more playing space. While there, Wright saw his first baseball game played by the New York Knickerbockers and quickly became interested in the American sport. Let me get a drink of water real quick here. Let's see, Cardinals. Your NASCAR 9012. I don't know about that, but who knows? That's interesting. All right. Wright joined the Knickerbockers and became the team's first openly paid player in the early 1860s. He switched to the New York Gothams during the Civil War and then became one of Cincinnati's best pitchers in 1866. Also a fine center fielder, Wright is credited with hitting 7 home runs in a game in 1867. Well, could you imagine that? 7 home runs in today's style of play? By the end of the decade, Wright's ambitions had blossomed from simply playing baseball to assembling the game's premier club. With financial backers behind him, Wright scoured the country to sign the best players he could find, none better than his younger brother George. Credited as one of the first coaches in the American sport to fully adopt the concept of teamwork, Harry Wright drilled his players during the spring of 1869 to prepare for a tour against East Coast teams. Contestants for the championship will have to keep an eye trained toward Porkopolis. The New York Clipper wrote referring to Wright's Cincinnati team. However, no one in baseball could have fully anticipated the impending success of the Red Stockings. After rattling off 18 straight wins against weaker competition, Cincinnati traveled east and simply rolled through the nation's best-known baseball teams. Wright's club began by defeating the highly regarded New York Mutuals 4-2, then routed the previously unbeaten Brooklyn Athletics 32-10. Led by George Wright at shortstop, the Red Stockings compiled a perfect 57-0 record in 1869. The result of the season's play places the Cincinnati club ahead of the competition, wrote the Clipper, and we hail them as the champion club of the United States. The unbeatable Red Stockings became icons of American sport, traveling from Boston to San Francisco and drawing an estimated total attendance of 200,000 people. But in 1870, other teams began to catch up to Wright's once indomitable club. Cincinnati lost 6 games, causing fans to abandon the team. Citing financial pressures, the Red Stockings board of directors disbanded the team following the 1870 season and returned it to amateur status. Wright was undeterred by his team's dissolution and chose to start from scratch. In 1871, he and his brother moved to Boston and created a new Red Stockings team that would compete in the brand new National Association. After a disappointing debut season in which George broke his leg, the new Red Stockings team came to dominate the league and claimed 4 executive pennants. In 1875, Harry Wright captured Boston as player-manager to a remarkable 71-8 record. Wright's managerial acumen, combined with a Red Stockings' formidable collection of talent, made the phrase "break up the Bostons" a popular rallying cry among the National Association opponents. It was Boston's dominance that partially motivated Hall of Fame executive William Hobart to create the National League in 1876 and distance his Chicago club from the indomitable Wright brothers. However, Wright and his Red Stockings would flourish in Hubert's new league as well. After a 4th-place finish in 1876, Boston won 69% of its games from 1877 to 1878 to claim 2 National League pennants. It is true Mr. Wright is not infallible, and he is apt to err, just as any other person in his particular profession will blunder, noted one newspaper from the era. But Mr. Wright will make 49 good decisions to every bad one. Wright would go on to manage for 15 more seasons with Boston, Providence, and Philadelphia. He finished with a then record 1,225 victories and 6 total pennants from the 2 different leagues. No death among the professional fraternity has occurred which elicited such painful regret, wrote Chadwick upon Wright's passing on October 3rd, 1895. Harry Wright was the most widely known, best respected, and most popular of the exponents and respective of professional baseball, of which he was virtually the founder. Wright was elected into the Hall of Fame in 1953, and Harry wore side whiskers and a mustache, and was a decent, quiet man who did not believe in playing baseball on Sunday. In an uncouth age, he had the respect of even the rowdiest players and was in many ways much like Connie Mack, said Lee Allen. All right. So as an executive, he was he was inducted in 1953. His primary team he was an executive of was the Philadelphia Phillies. He was born in Sheffield, England in 1835 and died in 1895 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He played for the Boston Red Stockings in 1871 to 1875 and then again in 1876 through 1877. And he managed the Boston Red Stockings from 1871 through 1875 and the Boston Red Sox from 76 to 81. Same time he was a player, he was a manager. And then the Providence Grays from 1882 to 1883 and then 1884 through 1893. He managed the Philadelphia Phillies. So there you have it, our 8th and final Hall of Famer for 1953, inducted into the Hall of Fame. So there you have it, the 8 inductees into the Hall of Fame. So let me move these stands kind of in position for our product break here coming up next. Let me get the last stand up here so we have a good group and a good showing here. Let me set these Hall of Fame cards off to the left here. Put them back in their prominent places in my sorts. So we have 4 people watching, possibly. That was nice, Don. Thank you, Don. Oh, no problem there, Robert Posada. I figured you were lurking about in the back room there, in the background. We do have 4 people watching. That looks like that will earn us, unless we can get 2 more people watching here. 2 more people watching. Come on. Where's everybody hiding out? We need to get a couple more people watching here, and then we can open up a blaster box instead of a Junk Wax Life Hacks is lurking in the background. That's fine there, Junk Wax Life Hacks. Appreciate you being here. New channel member. Got to meet with him earlier this week, which was super, super exciting. So let's see. Let me see what we got here. I got 4 watching. We do have 12 likes. Thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. Let me go grab the hanger box and we will open up that hanger box and finish up our stream for today. Let me go over into my box of product here and see if I can find a hanger box. Yes, yes, yes. I think I've got a couple more hanger boxes left here. All right. So right now, with 4 people watching, we will open up a hanger box. And that will give us our opening for today. Today's kind of cloudy, kind of sunny. It's not supposed to rain today. It rained quite a bit on and off throughout the day yesterday. Today it's supposed to be sunny by later in the day, but then it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do for my stream for tomorrow. But other than that, let me just fix that. That got bumped out of the way there. Don't know what happened to Papa J there. All right. So it looks like we're stuck. Oh, we're now down to 3. So let me go ahead and open up this product before everybody leaves. And we'll get this hanger box opened up here. See what kind of hits we can get in here. All right. I don't see any thick cards in there, but we will have some hits on the bottom, that's for sure. Our inserts, we'll see what kind of inserts we can find out of here. So let me go ahead and open up this hanger box here. Let Mike Trout keep an eye on us here. And let's see what we get out of this. So you kind of graduate up. You got packs of cards, you got regular packs, you got jumbo packs, you got hanger box, you got plaster box, you got hobby box. We're going to open up this hanger box due to having just a few people in the stream. Okay, all our hits, that's right, on this are on the bottom. So I'm going to grab about a third of the stack here, and we'll go ahead and see who we find here. Again, a lot of these, we've gone through plenty of these, so I won't spend too much time on the base cards. But Elvis Luciano, all right, Kevin Kramer with the Rays, Tyler Chatwood with the Cubs, Garrett Stubbs, rookie card. All right, Yu Darvish with the Chicago Cubs. I think if I do it this way, I get it better handle on it. Maikel Franco with the Royals. Ender Encarte with the Braves. Dexter Fowler with the Cardinals. We've got Jonathan Hernandez with the Texas Rangers, rookie card. We got Jack Mayfield with the Astros, rookie card. We got Drew Steckenrider with the Marlins. Rougned Odor with the Rangers. There we go, Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore with the Seattle Mariners. Eric Sogard with the Milwaukee Brewers. Victor Reyes with the Detroit Tigers. Luis Severino with the New York Yankees. Derek Rodriguez with the San Francisco Giants. A lot of parallel cards here. Miguel Sano with the Minnesota Twins. That's the longest streak we've had of parallel cards, that's for sure. Or horizontal cards. Salvador Perez with the Royals. Mark Canha with the Athletics. My word. Will Myers with the San Diego Padres. Shout out to Kevin's card collecting and more. Kevin Newman, future star for the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. Brian O'Grady with the Tampa Bay Rays rookie card. Garrett Cole with the New York Yankees. My word. And Adam Duvall with the Atlanta Braves. That was a lot of weirdness there. A lot of horizontal cards. That was so weird. It's the most I've ever seen of them facing that way. Okay, let's go ahead and should just grab like the next third of the stack, not the whole stack bombed all. There we go. Now we got normal cards back again. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. Junk Wax Life Hacks is at work watching, or just listening to it in the background as he's working. J.A. Happ with the New York Yankees. There's a future star card, Brendan Rodgers with the Colorado Rockies. Colin Moran with the Pirates. Rangel Ravello with the Cardinals, rookie card. Victor Caratini with the Chicago Cubs. Boom, there we go. Shun Yamaguchi, rookie card for the Toronto Blue Jays. They say this is one of the hot rookies in Series 2. Quantrill with the Padres. Corey Dickerson with the Marlins. Yanni Chirinos with the Tampa Bay Rays. Lorenzo Cain with the Brewers. Franklin Barreto with the Oakland Athletics. Then we've got Joe Jimenez with the Detroit Tigers. Joe Ross with the Washington Nationals. Tyler Mahle with the Cincinnati Reds. Ryan Barucki with the Toronto Blue Jays. Lou Trevino with the Oakland Athletics. Oops. James Marvell with the Pittsburgh Pirates, rookie card. Justice Sheffield with the Seattle Mariners. Paul DeJong with the St. Louis Cardinals. D. Gordon, Speedy D. Gordon with the Seattle Mariners. Brian Reynolds with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Gold Cup card. Kevin Kramer with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mike Minor with the Rangers. And Freddie Galvis with the Cincinnati Reds. On to the last part of the stack, which will contain our inserts at the bottom here. All right. So Joey Wendell with the Tampa Bay Rays. Cole Hamels with the Atlanta Braves. Braves New World. Albies and Acuna celebrate a Braves win. Nick Ahmed with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Shout out to Kevin's Card Collecting and more. Eric Hosmer with the Padres. Travis Arnaud with the Braves. Steve Wilkerson with the Baltimore Orioles. Then we've got here Dylan Bundy with the Angels. Eugenio Suarez with the Cincinnati Reds. All right, we got our first insert here. A Harold Castro with the Detroit Tigers. Gold, and it's 2016 out of 2020. Ever so close. 4 away from getting the 2020 out of 2020. That would be cool. But nice gold card there. And then we've got we get two of these Pete Alonso inserts. Empire State Award winners, Bang Bang, Pete Alonso. And the other one is the 3 decks up Pete Alonso. Then we got a Hall of Famer, Johnny Bench catcher for the National League in our 85 throwback style. Then next we've got here the Toronto Blue Jays, 1990s Decade's Best. And now we've got our 4 turkey cards. Joey Votto with the Cincinnati Reds. Sandy Koufax, a Hall of Famer for the Los Angeles Angels. Almost said Dodgers. All right, K. That's Anthony K. For the Toronto Blue Jays, rookie card. And Junior Fernandez with the St. Louis Cardinals, rookie card. Turkey red. So there you have it. Hanger box. Nothing super earth-shattering out of that box. I'll sort through. Let me just check the backs real quick. See if I can find any short print serialized ones. Did not see any different ones there. I know that one's not. The gold card is good to go. And let me just go through these, pan through these real quick. Show you how you do sort through. See if there's any of the advanced stat bars serialized. Usually they would put the short print variation upside down, but don't see any serialized cards in here. Look up in this corner here is where you'll see the serial numbers, and then just in case there was a short print in here, I'm pretty sure they put it upside down in all the product. But you would check the number here on the card. You can see the 99 down on the bottom here. If it ends with 115, 116, or 117, that would mean it's a variation, because there could be a variation on the front of the card. But looks like that is safe so far there. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and say my signature goodbye. I'm going to wrap things up a little bit early today. Not too many people in the stream, but we did have 4 people watching. Appreciate that. I think at one time we were up to 6, but didn't hang in there. People left. But I do appreciate that super chat I got earlier. Throw another shout out there for Cardinals and Royals fan 1990 for that $5 super chat. got them 5 entries into my August free drawing. Okay, it's almost like when you do a super chat, yeah, you're like buying a raffle ticket for the free drawing. But that'll be for those that didn't see it earlier. These are the 8 cards I'm giving away this month for my August drawing. Aristides Aquino rookie card, Nico Horner rookie card, Gavin Lux rookie card, a AJ Puck rookie card, a Jesus Lazardo rookie card, Bo Bichette rookie card, a Dustin May rookie card, and a Yordan Alvarez rookie card, all from the 2020 Bowman product. Okay, so I'm going to set these off to the side here for our free drawing. And other than that, let me turn the camera around, say my signature goodbye, and then we will see you guys tomorrow for our next regularly scheduled programming. This has been Donald Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, having been live to you this Hall of Fame Friday. All right, August the 7th. All right, this is my t-shirt, my Seattle Mariners Hall of Fame members t-shirt. I wear this usually on my Hall of Fame Fridays. For those that are wondering, that'll be for trivia possibly down the road. Let me turn my camera around real quick, get it lined up here to say goodbye to you guys. And again, if you haven't done it before you do get off the stream here, thummies up, thummies up, thummies up for me. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Cards in my car with our Posada. Peace. Love the channel. Thank you for your support there, Robert. Appreciate you being here. And we will see. I'll decide sometime at some point today what I'm going to do for tomorrow's live stream. Might be just something totally random. We will see what takes place, okay? So take care, have a great day, and we will see you all tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day. Lord bless you, and have a good weekend coming up.